I'm fairly certain that everyone's familiar with how a grinder works. But today I wanted to talk about what happens when a grinder finally evolves. Or rather, what happens when you take a grinder and you knock its teeth out. Allow me to explain. Traditional grinder, just like this one, has teeth, right, Joe? Very simple grinder. And the way that these work is very simple. You take a bud, you have to break all of your herb off the stem because you can't just shove a bud in a grinder. It won't fit, and if you try to turn it, it'll get jammed on the stem, right? And then no matter how many times you turn, you'll always get the same consistency, which is why grinder manufacturers go to great lengths to make sure that they over-engineer the tooth design to get a perfect consistency. It's also why you can find on the market finishing grinders, so that after you're done grinding your herb for either a bowl, a bong, or a joint, that you could then further grind the herb to put it inside of your vaporizer. That sounds very tedious, but no one has been able to find a better method until we were approached by a Montrealer called Arthur Wozniak, and our Wozniak came up to us with an ingenious idea. What Arthur did was basically he looked back. He looked at ancient civilizations and how they used to grind their herb and said, well, they didn't have sharp objects. They didn't have scissors or sharp teeth that they could use. What were they doing? And he recognized that they were using friction. So he took the exact same idea and implemented it into an herb grinder, which you can see like this. Now, one of the advantages of not having teeth inside of your grinder is that basically you can load this thing with as much herb as you want. You can take a dynamic nug and just shove it in there and basically start grinding. You don't even have to remove the stem. The other great thing about having no teeth is you can control the consistency, and that's by far, in my opinion, the most impressive thing about this grinder, is that if you turn 2-3 times, you'll get a nice fluffy grind, perfect for a joint. But if you're trying to load your vaporizer, you can just keep turning until it turns to dust. So it's a finishing grinder and a traditional grinder all wrapped into one with a lot of other benefits as well. Think about it. If you have a grinder with teeth and you use it repeatedly over and over again, those teeth are gonna start to dull. The grinder is gonna get less effective. That anodize is gonna flake off the teeth and end up in your herb. I don't know about you, but I don't wanna smoke anodized aluminum. I'm not interested. When you look at this grinder, there's not much to break. The teeth can't possibly break. They're not teeth, they're grooves, right? So between that and the fact that we're using a really high quality aluminum, this is the kind of grinder that should last you a lifetime. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. Catch you guys soon. Stay faded. By the way, if you're in Quebec, I highly recommend that you visit one of the Prohibition stores to make your purchase, because if you go on our website, you realize that it gets redirected because it's illegal for us to sell in Quebec. If you're outside of Quebec, you can visit prohibition.com, and all of these products and many more are available on the site. All right, guys, I hope you liked the review. Thank you very much for your time, and catch you guys soon. Stay faded.